Hello my friends, I now invite you to enjoy this classic Dr. Groovy lesson.
Hello folks, I'm Scott Grove. Today we're going to get nuts. That's right, we're going to talk about your guitar nut and how to play behind it. Okay, so you'll need a couple things to make this actually happen. A Fender style guitar, meaning strictly just the headstock is a straight thing and it's not tilted back like on any other, like Gibsons or Jacksons or anything with a tilt back headstock will not work. Okay, just to let you know, it's not going to work. If you have a active whammy bar on your guitar, like a Strat that has not been tightened up or blocked off, again, it's not going to work. Okay, so you need to grab you a telly or something, or have a blocked off trim on your Strat. Also, people who have the string retainers up here, okay, are not great either. Anything that has any friction on it is not a good thing. I'm just showing you or telling you a few things that are not great. Roller nuts are wonderful. Number one, why? Because your frets are made out of metal, and if you take a good note and you play it metal against metal, hey, your nut should be made out of the same thing so you get the same tone. So why go with bone or plastic when you could go with that and have the exact same tones that you're getting from all the rest of your guitar? Think that one through. Anyway, so this isn't about that, but it is for a second. Okay, today I'm playing my Anderson SG1, my Scott Grove 1 custom model here. Beautiful axe. Can't beat it, man. No knobs anywhere. That's right. It's a beautiful thing. But look at this. Tons of room here for playing behind the nut. Okay, and it's just a beautiful thing. So what can we do with the behind the nut stuff? Well, let's just get right into it. Okay, primarily this has always been a country thing, but there's plenty of ways to use it in the rock stuff too. But today I'm just going to show you the stuff all clean, tones, and let you get out of it what you will. What I have taught many times before with behind the nut bends are things that are done with harmonics basically, and I'll start there to give you the old school things. If I get my camera straight. Okay, harmonics on the 12th fret, we all know them, we love them. D, G, and B string, straight down. D, G, B. Now we're going to be bending behind the nut. I usually use like 3 fingers back there. Now we're going to bend it up a half step or 1 fret. I'll make the B string louder. Very nice and easy. It's nice sounding. This is good for country stuff, of course, and to come back around and finish the whole thing off, let everything ring. Coming back, you're still letting the B string ring and not hitting it again as we're coming back up. Coming back up, we'll hit the G string, D string, and then the A string. This is all the 12th fret in the key of G. Okay, so again, half step bend up. Resolve it. G string, D string, A string. Whole step on the A string. You have to reach up and go over top. You can try to do it here, but this looks cooler. Okay. And that's cool as it gets. You can do an octave higher by doing it, the whole thing at the 5th fret. And in D, key of D, at the 7th fret. Okay, so you have G and D that you can do those harmonics with. Or you can just play the open string stuff. Okay, so you can think of all kinds of things. Get rid of your pick. Okay, what I'm doing here now in the key of G is grabbing the D string. Okay, I'm getting rid of everything that is harmonics, and I'm getting rid of my pick too, just for fun. You do whatever you want. I'm going to alternate back and forth between the G string, or the D string, I'm sorry, with my thumb, G string, going up with my finger. For those two, I'm grabbing the D string, going up a whole step, then the G string, then the D string again while it's still bent. Okay, so D string, up a whole step, hit the G string, hit the D string while it's still bent, release it. Now you can do the same thing and just hold up. Just grab that A string and push it until it hit the B note or a whole step, and you have to hold it there because you can't bring it back down, let it just hang in the air for a suspended second on an A note. So you got this on the D string, then you can actually, along the same lines of what I was doing before with the A string, push down on it and let it finish out that whole lick. Okay, and you can do the same thing again, of course, with the B string. Okay, so you know now that you can actually, even in the harmonics, add in that D string. Okay, so now we know we can add in all those. Okay, so whatever you want to do with that information is groovy. One other thing you can still do, okay, is with your low E string. Yep, you get to bend the whole leap of Jesus out of it. And no guitar you own in the world can do it unless it's like this, kids, the right way for this kind of thing. Okay, all guitars have their purpose, and this one's purpose was specifically designed for this. Okay, I needed a guitar that could do this because I play it a lot behind the nut in my live shows. Okay, so again, half step on the B string, whole step on the D string, whole step on the A string. Okay, now you can release it in order to get ready for another note, but don't let it ring. Okay, that sounds good ringing. Everything all ringing, nice and pretty. But if you're going to add that low E string, you better get rid of that A string, shut it up. Okay. Now hit an open G string, so you have something to match up the low E string with, because we're going to bend that low E string up a step and a half. That's right, all the way from low E all the way up to G, while that other G string is ringing as a form of reference to when to stop. So you have that G string, now the low E string. Okay? How's that for flipping cool, huh? So those are there's one more thing we can do while we're in G. I like doing the altering back and forth and warbling on the low E string. Just with that open G string, and it sounds really cool too if you leave the G string ringing and the D string ringing. At song. That's just cool. So you can just go all kinds of crazy with it. But the one other thing in the key of G that you can do is add an extra step, whole step, above the half step that you are already doing on your B string. So you have, okay, so once we get bent that half step, and it's there, we can still go another whole step from there. Then back down to the half step, then finish it. Okay, so you're bending it twice. Okay, so just playing. Same thing on your harmonics. You'll hear all three steps. I'll do an octave higher. Okay, so practice on getting just where your hands have to go to. Okay. I've got a noise gate here on the amp. If I was to go with some kind of distortion thing, it would actually get way too loud. Let me try it. I know one of these is a volume knob, but no, I've got my pedal disconnected, never mind. Anyway, but it would be extremely loud. And then my noise gate kicks in. But if you had distortion on, try that and it will go all kinds of crazy. For people who are in the key of E, this is some cool stuff too. Think of E being E minor for now, because we're going to just basically eliminate your G string for a second. And meaning this, I want you to, I don't care if you play with the pick or not, I'm not going to. So I'm going to do my thumb on the low E string and then one of my fingers grabbing the D string at the 2nd fret. So I have dueling E strings. Okay, so think of like play that funky music. Okay, now we can get all those notes, but with bends behind the nuts. So the nuts, we only have one nut here in my camera view. Don't dare be looking at the others. Something's sick and wrong with you if you are. Here, I'll try to put that in the way. I know you guys always love staring at my crotch, don't you? I'm sick and wrong. Anyway, you can already see where this is going. D string is going to go up a whole step in order to get that E note. So open low E, grab your D string, I know I'm not playing the same song, but I'm showing you how to get from a D to an E. Okay, I can do it that way. Sounds like a yo-yo. But for you country guys, you can hear how that would actually sound cool, because now we're getting what sounds like the impossible bends, because benders are usually only on G strings or B strings. Now we're doing them on these low strings, okay? So reach up here and grab them, and just both of them are full steps, okay? So A string up to B, D string up to E, but using that low E to kind of ride a note. Okay, now what I just played there is when you go from a 1 to a 4 chord, so like you're going from E to A. Okay, you're playing around here with the E stuff. some high E string and B string stuff with it. Okay, so you can add in whatever you want, you know, get as many fingers going, but leave out that G string because it's going to stick you in minor. Okay, so leave the G string totally out of the equation, but have fun with all this other stuff. And again, remember, you can bend this a whole step up to F sharp. Okay, on your low E string. Now when I said we're going to go from the E to the A, check it out. Here's the E. Now instead of hitting that low E string, now we're going to A. Hit your A string, then you're going to hit your D, and bend that D up that whole step again. Now you're actually in an A chord. See, here you are in E. Now we're going to A. Okay, so now actually in A, you can do the exact same thing. Your G string is going to feel a whole lot lighter than what you were just playing. So your G can go nuts. Okay, so that D string's still going to feel really heavy. It don't take much to get that whole step out of that G string. If you got the room, you can go way past it. Which I do. I've got more room than enough. I can go 3 steps probably with this guitar. Okay, and same thing, you can pull in the B string while you're in A, go up a whole step. Okay, so you can already see that there's so much that you can do with this stuff. Okay, because you can sit there with the A and add in that D string. I'm adding in a little bit of the high E string because I'm not using a pick. Now I'm going to do that B string in it. We just have a A7 if we hit the G string. And just do up a whole step. Then back up too. So I went from our C sharp up to D. Now bend it another half step. Okay, so there's tons of things to do up here. Again, back in the E, let's make an E minor without the normal formation. Let's use our middle finger up here on the A string, 2nd fret, and our pinky, 2nd fret, D string. Now we're actually going to use our 1st finger behind the nut on the G string. Okay, so low E string, A string, D string, now G string, and just bend it up half step. Okay. Grab all 4. Okay, so you can see you can play anywhere you want. So know that yes, you can incorporate the G string in there with all this fun. Okay, so those are basically the things I wanted to show you. Also remember, there are little tricks you can always do with regular chords. Okay, that the B bender and G bender people normally get to do, and you don't get to do. You can do them, but just not as quickly or as cool as them. But then again, it looks cool when you reach up and grab there and do a thing behind the net with your other hand. Okay, case in point being a regular D chord. Okay, just play a whole D chord, all 4 strings. Okay, we can bend the E string up a half step with our thumb while it's all ringing, because you can't bend it up while everything else is going. Okay, and that's the same with every string on here. While you're playing all 4 strings, sure, if you're playing you could do that, but you'd run right into your open D string. Okay, so we're trying to do all 4 notes. So now I can actually bend my G string just like the G bender guys can, but not real quick. But you can still get right there and do it, but just do your thumb. It's the most padded appendage you have. Same with the B string. Let me make sure you can hear the B string. Okay. Yep, bend that D string too. Whole step. And add that low A to help it out. This is like pedal steel stuff going on, because pedal steels have more than just high strings doing, you know. You gotta add the low ones. Okay. Or lower. Okay, so you add the low notes in too. So no matter what you're thinking, if you want to use just D chords, sure, bring it up to E. See, because you have like Diamond Rio, or you don't have to do that. You don't have to hurt yourself. Go up there and grab it. Jimmy Olander. Make it look cool while you're doing it instead of having fancy triggers. It's more fun, I think, doing it physically than it is to do it with the machines or the levers. Okay? But there are so many other things that you can be doing with it. So mess around. It don't matter if you're playing an A chord, not an acorn, an A chord. So you can do all kinds of stuff. It's endless. It really is. Okay, so just a little introduction to behind the net playing and other things that can be done. Try all the different chords. You can do your C chords. Check out which strings can and cannot be bent. Yep, D string can be bent. I just went a whole step and a half. Almost. I'm trying to concentrate on that, but hey, I can screw up too. But everything can be bent. So, whole steps and half steps. Just mess around with them. So, hope you enjoyed just a little being nuts for a second, and the less friction you have, the better. So if you don't have any, see, this here has compensated staggered pull pieces, so they're big here, they get smaller down here, so you don't need string trees that get in your way. Okay, so that eliminates that. You got the roller nut, gets rid of any friction over any kind of other nut that could be there, and there's nowhere for it to slip tuning down here either, because it doesn't go through the body or anything. It's just So I've eliminated probably about 90% of any way this thing could actually go out of tune by doing everything this way. Okay, so you don't have to grease up and put on Gorilla Snot or the graphite or anything else to lubricate your nut. That's a whole nother video. I have to charge extra for that if you want me to show you that. You trust me, you don't want to see it, I know. But there you go, playing behind the nut. Just some free junk to throw out there at you. Haven't thrown you anything in a couple weeks, so that's my offering for this Thanksgiving Day, is when this one was taped. What year is it? 2011, I think, right now, for a little while longer. So happy gobble gobble, kids, and I'll upload this right now to good old YouTube and have at it, and just do what you will with that. It's just to let you know that it's all there and to spark some ideas so you can create some funny bends on your own. Okay, talk to you later. Hasta la bye bye, and enjoy your pumpkin pie.
Wait, you hear the bell? We're here. Oh, come on.